What animation app do you use? What do you use for
Wow,
stop
really
motion?
good. I myself am trying to learn how to
I
make
just started
Lego
stop motion and you
Could you
really
maybe make
inspired
a
me.
video
Do you have
showing
any
how
tips?
to? I'm not a professional animator, but I can show you some things that I've learned. Before you start animating, get a light and clean your camera. A good light and clean camera is key to good quality videos. I use Stop Motion Studio Pro. It's an animation app that helps with stop motion and it makes everything easy and fun to use. It's both available on iOS and Android, and it's a one-time purchase, not a subscription. If you can't get Stop Motion Studio Pro, you can always settle for Stop Motion Studio. It's the same with just a few limited features. Next is the walk cycle. The typical Lego walk cycle has 5 frames. First, start with your character standing still. Then move one of the legs. If you move the right leg forward, you move the right arm back, and you move the left arm forward. Next, you'll have your character stand in between 2 studs. After you position them in between the 2 studs, you move the first leg that you moved forward again, and then connect it to the stud that it wants to stand on. And finally, you add your character standing with both feet on the next stud that they moved forward onto. I would recommend using anywhere between 12 and 15 frames because that is usually the peak spot, but you can do anything that works for you. If you prefer adding more frames with more speed, then that is totally up to you. This is just the usual process. Just remember, more frames per second doesn't mean smoother animation. If you have a higher frames per second, you're gonna need more frames to keep up with the smooth animation. The next thing is probably one of the most important, is to ease in and ease out. This basically means that in your first few frames of your animation, you need to have small movements, each growing bigger over the frames. And then after that, you need a constant speed until you're done performing the main action that you want to do. After you finish the main action, then you have to do slow movement again to ease out, because only robots move at a constant speed, and if you do everything at a constant speed, it's gonna make the animation look bad. Here's an example. Lloyd is slowly jumping into the frame, and when he does jump into the frame, he goes at a constant speed, but then he slowly stands up again and puts his sword down, which is easing out. Use smear frames. Smear frames are used to exaggerate and stretch an object. Here's an example of that. While the snake is turning his staff, I just added some brown bricks in the direction that the staff is moving to create the illusion of movement. It just creates something for the audience to look at and stay retained. Add impact frames and shake your camera. Shake your camera and draw impact frames. These frames exaggerate the impact and make it very clear that there was a hard hit. When Cole slams the ground, you could see the camera shake. That was an impact frame. When Cinder got hit by the rock, that was also an impact frame. They make it very clear to the audience that there was a very hard impact. My last piece of advice to you for learning stop motion is that animation takes time and you need to understand that you won't immediately get it right and that it takes a lot of practice and time and effort. Just to make sure you guys know, I am still learning and I am still improving my own skills. This is just what I've learned so far on my journey, and it might be different for you. So I hope this tutorial helped some of you, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.